Hello everyone again. Thank you for your time. In this video I'm going to elaborate more on the interface. Eric thoroughly discussed the left hand side of the app. I'm going to demonstrate some more of the features. On the bottom portion we have an area called external scripts. This is my favorite section. It allows you to break away from the default setups. We all like to do that, and here some serious modding can occur. If you take a look at these drop down boxes, there are options that can be pre-selected. If you have a variable such as a file path or some other name, a username, a favorite script that you like to use, it can be preloaded into these boxes. Let me show you how. Personally, I think that if you are an avid SCR user, I would create a library right to the program folder of this app, because you're going to be in and out of it initially while you're setting it up. Okay, right here in this FTP pass history, server history, FTP server history, FTP user history, you can actually go into these and edit those line by line. And when you actually close out the app, all that stuff will appear for you. Optionally, over here, again going back to the external scripts, there is a scripts folder in your app where you can load the file paths of your custom scripts, or you can key in variables that you like to use often. Let me show you some sample code that can be used to make your work life easier. In advance, I am not a coder. I do have experience using batch files. At some point there will be a repository, as I could see users providing sample code to take advantage of these features. This is a sample script right here, and I'm going to copy this out. To make the variables available from the interface of the app, like so, the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th variable, you only need to paste this code into the top of your batch files. In this example right here, we're going to run this, and basically it is an example of just moving files from one folder to another. I'm going to copy the file paths of these two folders. This is folder 1. This is folder 2. Alright, if I look at my code, variable 5 is the first folder, variable 6 is the second folder. I'm moving files from variable 5 folder to the variable 6 folder. So I go to my app, put the first folder there, put the second folder there. This is the batch file that I want to run. Paste this in here. This folder's empty, and I just come here and run this batch file. As you can see, the folders and the files were copied from folder A to folder B. Going along, you can see that we have FTP path, username, password, and address. Upload and download commands. Delete PRJ, delete targets, delete verify, open working, open verified, and delete all. The FTP path, FTP username, and FTP password, FTP server are all variables, and they are self-explanatory. The only thing that needs to be mentioned is this. Username and password is also used to denote actual login credentials of your server, as well as FTP credentials. As mentioned before, you can preload all of these by putting the credentials in the corresponding files in the prog directory. Also, it needs to be mentioned that the FTP file path starts at the home directory that is made when you set up the FTP connection. The upload command uploads files in the working directory of the prog folder to the FTP path that you choose. In most cases, it will be the SCR project folder. You can always hit open working and it will open up the working directory. And you can open the verified and it's only going to show verified files. The download command pulls down files and puts them in the working folder of the program directory. When uploading and downloading, we only push and pull the necessary files. You can augment the code to do whatever you feel that is necessary. When we download files, we pull down the PRJ, the articles, and the .verify. When we upload files, we push the PRJ, the articles, and the new targets. You can easily hit this right here and it will delete everything that is in the working directory. It's something that you need to pay attention to when you're moving files from computer to computer. And if I just hit this, it's going to clean those directories out. The last feature is the remote control. Firstly, I want to show you that SCR is started on the server. This is what we're looking at right here. You have a start SCR and the project start running that shouldn't. This is because the last status needs to be changed. This is done by setting things the way that you want them and then exiting normally. Alright, this is what I want this tier running right here. So everything is set like I want it. And I'll close this out. Now, what you would do is when you actually push the projects up to the servers, you would actually set the last status then. I will show you how to do that in a subsequent video. Now XCR is dead. Now I will remotely start this machine. What you see here is a batch file. I know that it isn't pretty, but for what I wanted it to do, it will do the job. It will check to see if SCR is running at a certain interval, and if it isn't, it will start SCR. Sleep easy and never wake up to SCR that is dead. So let's just give it a second because this is an auto start. It doesn't start up normal like you just started and your projects aren't running. It's going to actually start this and the projects are going to be running. And see how it just killed? Well, there it goes. So the projects that are running are the ones that are supposed to be running. So now I will kill this machine. And as you can see now, SCR is dead. Get your questions get your questions in on this thread or at the help desk so that we can make this a great tool for this community. Thanks.